So we got some news, right?
A little bit. So
a little bit of news.
This can be a short segment, but I wanted to talk about this because I think it's
poignant.
It's an interesting. We're at an interesting place with this series.
And this is the Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law Sherlock Holmes series.
Guy Ritchie as the director.
Nice.
So there was a sort of short update that they keep saying this movie is going to get made. A third Sherlock Holmes movie with this cast. It's going to get made. It's been on the back burner for a minute, but
it's been burning on the back
Robert
for a while.
Downey Jr. wants it.
Jude Law wants it?
Jude Law, Guy Ritchie, they want to do it.
Okay. And everyone else wants it too.
They're pushing for it.
We all want it.
I believe in the article that I have pulled up, it says Robert Downey Jr.'s wife was talking about it, pushing for it.
Okay.
And I could not find an article that didn't have a million ads. I tried, and they're all set up like this.
Yeah.
Screen Rant, Collider, the other one, they're all set up exactly the same, showing the same ads.
Okay.
It was annoying.
So what we got here is it says, it's a priority. Sherlock Holmes 3 gets positive update from producer. So producer Susan Downey.
His wife.
Really? I didn't know that she's a producer.
Well, she's like she's kind of like in charge of the Downey-verse.
Oh, nice. So she got Stuart Little in there. She got Iron Man in there.
I think is
Stuart, not Stuart Little. Dr. Doolittle.
Dr. Doolittle.
I was about to say, what? You got your.
She kind of. I think she kind of works on his stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Susan Downey shares a vague but positive update on the progress of the much rumored Sherlock Holmes 3 starring Robert Downey. Okay. So what else is this talking? Is the point basically like everyone keeps saying it's going to happen, but there's not an official green light on this thing?
So here it says, when asked if they had any updates on the progress, Downey coyly revealed that the two of them had only recently had lunch with Robert. She hinted that the project doesn't have any crew attached, but it's a priority for both their company and the star himself. There's a full quote. Go down to the quote.
Well, he's not doing any Marvel stuff these days, so...
See these ads?
I don't care about Disney. Gosh. You're right.
Did you exit out?
I'm exiting. It's probably just a virus.
It won't X.
All right,
it's not
just
a virus.
try to read that.
Here's what I can tell you. Prior to this, we had lunch together with Robert. It was a very specific topic of conversation. So yes, it is in the hopper. We're gonna do it when it's right with the right people. But it is a priority for the company and a priority for Robert. So they want to do this.
And Robert, and more importantly, Robert wants to do
go
this.
back to the slideshow.
Now I'm a little bit worried.
Okay.
Because RDJ has been on like a vegan diet. And man, he looks skeletal.
Does he?
Robert Downey Jr. He's lost a lot of weight. He doesn't look like this.
Hold on, I gotta see what he looks like.
He's older. You know, he's got a little bit more wrinkles, a little bit more lines in his face, but he looks thin to me.
Today, maybe that might bring up some images. So he's a vegan now? Why is he bald?
He's I don't know. He had
he did this for a movie that he was doing.
There was a recent interview. Look how thin he looks.
He is kind of thin.
But he was thin when
Sherlock Holmes can be thin.
He was thin, but I hope he's healthy. You know,
that is true. He
I
did
hope
go
he's
bald.
healthy.
He claimed it was for a role, but
and that's fine.
Maybe it's not for a role.
But you never know. He might be feeling good.
Maybe he is, and maybe he needed to do the vegan thing to feel healthy, right? And I get that, but I just hope he's not overdoing it. I hope he's,
Well, to be honest,
taking care of himself.
This happened to Johnny Depp, where he got super thin, cut off his hair, started wearing flat bills, and then bounced back and gained a little bit more weight. This happened to Johnny Depp. Like, let me show you a picture of Johnny real quick.
I was just gonna take your word for it.
Hold on, I want to show the people. Thin.
Thinking.
So here,
yeah, he did. He got really thin.
This is after he was thick boy Johnny, right?
Yeah.
and then he got super thin and kind of skeletal looking, and then he bounced back to kind of this vibe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And now he's older and a little bit more hefty.
So yeah, like look at this. He was wearing flat bills.
That is wild.
He got real skinny for a second and then came back.
Wow.
And so maybe that's something that's happening with, Robert Downing as well. Maybe he's just in a phase to clean himself,
Well, I regardless, what do you guys think?
Right.
I enjoy the first movie. I enjoy a lot of the second movie. I think there's some really cool slow motion camera shots. I don't think the story's 100 for me.
Okay.
But I enjoy the second movie somewhat. It's entertaining to watch. Is the third movie something you guys are looking forward to? I know you've talked about trilogies before.
What is your theory on trilogies?
That you don't necessarily think that like sequels and
So they've already made a
things are
second one.
necessary.
So I'm not discounting another movie because they've already made a second one. But I
Okay.
do think most movies, it's making a second movie is kind of like a hack, in my opinion. But Sherlock works more because it works because he solves the case.
He needs
He
to
can
have
solve
more
the
than
next
two
case.
cases.
There's always a new case. So it's different than making Pulp Fiction Part 2
Yeah.
or something like that, which it wouldn't fit when they have to just come up with an idea. It's easy to have a new story for this because it's another case for him to work on.
They also kind of left us on a cliffhanger
They did.
because
Well, more like a waterfall hanger.
he jumped off and then he did come back at the end and explain. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I had this water breather thing.
Yeah.
Is
Right.
Moriarty coming back though?
I don't think so.
I think he got
I think
Moriarty.
He got him.
But
But
I think that was the whole reason for potentially sacrificing himself.
I wonder how they're gonna do a third movie.
And the thing is, okay, so I think the second movie was better than the first.
Okay.
I thought the second movie felt more like a case and more interesting. The first one was him trying to explain or trying to solve how this guy's just smoke and mirrors, and not
Which
actually.
is what most of the Sherlock Holmes detective cases were.
Yeah, and
I think they jumped into Moriarty way too quickly.
they did.
Yeah.
They did. They did get
Moriarty
into
should
Moriarty
have
too
been
fast.
movie 3.
Yeah, pretty much. But the second movie is still very good. And it has big ups and downs that just hold you onto the story the whole time. There's wonderful dynamic characters all throughout, and everything is just fun and enjoyable and intriguing. And so I think, based on the first one and then the second one being better, if they have the same, creators, I think the third one might be the best of all three.
Yeah.
If they think through it and plan it well. And I do want it.
Yeah, I do want it also. I think they just don't need to do anything like very hacky there's someone from his past or somebody that has a relationship to him or his brother or something like that, because it's
Like bring in the sister story
Yeah,
arc.
like what?
Yeah.
That wasn't a good arc for Benedict's versions.
Right. Or even bringing back Rachel McAdams, who died in the second movie.
she died. Yeah.
But that's in my mind, that's something that they would retroactively be like, no, she was alive the whole time.
Yeah. Which is
Moriarty
would be
was just
dumb.
trying to play mind
Yeah,
games.
we don't need to see that kind of thing.
No, I don't want to see that.
It's cool to bring back Sherlock, but you brought him back in the same film, so that was a good thing, right? And it ended very well. And yeah, I think if everyone's on board, we must have this movie. All right,
Yeah.
that's what I think. And the good news is, Hollywood right now is in the business of making sequels and prequels and continuing stories that they know that they have past success on. So it's more likely that we can get this than maybe starting a new franchise.
I'd be happy with a solid trilogy.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would write it or what he would be doing, but I want Cillian Murphy in this universe.
Cillian as the villain.
Cillian Murphy
Ooh,
as
as a
playing the
villain?
villain of Sherlock Holmes.
What's a good
Would be
Sherlock
so
Holmes?
good.
I don't know.
villain?
They already used Moriarty.
There's got to be something.
There's a bunch,
Yeah.
but maybe just like a really good serial killer. Like a really successful serial killer.
I would be
Yeah.
down for that. Yeah.
And almost instead of Professor like Moriarty is, maybe have him, because Professor Moriarty,
Gangster.
I was
Gangster?
thinking psychotic. Like
Okay.
go really dark with it. You
That
know what I
would
mean?
be fun. Make it
Killian is really
rated
dark.
R.
Make
That
it
would be good.
good villains. Tom Hardy, Cillian
Yeah.
Murphy.
Tom Hardy almost feels a given though.
Yeah.
Skinny Johnny Depp. I could see Skinny Johnny Depp as a really dark
I'd
murderer.
love to see Johnny Depp be a villain.
Yeah, that'd
You
be
know?
fun.
That would be cool.
Johnny Depp can hold his own on screen.
If I'd like to see him as like a gangster.
And how cool would that be to bring Johnny Depp back into the main public eye with a really awesome lineup cast and film like the third Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
And I'm not too worried for this because it's not in production yet. I am worried for some other projects because of the topic that we're going to be talking about after we hit that Patreon.
Okay. Are we done with that?
Yeah, we're done with that.
All right.